OBS, are you going to capture the game? There it is. There it is. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions, there are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Okay. And grab cheaper indie game stuff on sales. Yeah, OBS was thinking about it. I wasn't sure. Okay. Okay, it's on full screen. Boil effect. Okay, interesting. All right. I guess let's get into it. New game. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
Oh.
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
All right, that kind of makes it an easy decision. Exploring another world, what are you talking about? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? I think Princess Keen's kind of bad though, doesn't it? There's a lot of options here, brother. Sweet, I've always wanted off of Marganock. Okay. Well, thanks for telling me what to do. I consider maybe I'm okay with the world ending.
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end.
I mean, some people just want to watch the world burn. You don't know.
I mean, maybe some people do. Nihilists, or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Let me turn chat on our screen here too for you guys. There we go. I mean, maybe. You don't know.
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
So why do I have to kill the princess? Why don't you kill the princess, Mr. Narrator person?
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
All right, whatever. Well, tell me what to do.
It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further.
Like down here? Alright, we'll do that.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I don't even get to like shoot her, dude. I gotta stab her. We gotta do this like the old-fashioned gory way. Like, Well, the chat was getting in the way of the dialogue down here at the bottom too, so I don't really know where to put it. This is the problem. They like it's overlapping us here. I mean, I can make this even smaller, but then there's kind of not a point of having it on screen, you know? I guess we'll just leave it here for now and see what happens.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
I mean, if she's just a princess, I could just, you know, choke her out or something, I guess, you know? Like, you know, I do have hands. If you can get these hands, you know what I'm saying?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous.
She does sound...
It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Her voice sounds kind of familiar, though.
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
I mean, I'm just being, you know...
You walk down the
fair.
stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Okay.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
It was just like Pandora. She's gonna open the box or something.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me. I know. You brought a knife with you and everything. But you don't have to try and kill me. You could always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and give the two of us a chance to talk things out.
I could, but I mean, the narrator told me to kill you.
She makes a compelling point. What if we didn't kill her? What if we just dropped the blade and talked?
I could always hold on to the blade and talk.
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us. You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
I was told to kill her. I mean, you know, I've been paid to do a job. That's what I'm here to do. Know what I'm saying? It's another game you want to force me to play? Oh, Jesus.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
I'm not really, but I guess my guy in game is.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
I don't. I honestly, I was, you know, narrator said kill.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
I mean, you're chained up because if you leave, you're going to end the world. So I'm just ensuring that's not going to happen, you know?
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Or she's bluffing when she kills us. Are you sure she's not armed? Or can we just talk? I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Okay. I mean, great. I didn't want to talk to you anyway. I'm here to kill you. Well, I guess we're at an impasse. We're gonna get the princess while holding onto the blade, and then we're gonna do the fry thing.
I guess we are.
For the love of everything, just slay her already.
I'm just stalling, really, because I just want to see what's going to happen.
Or drop the blade. Do something.
You know what? I'm just going to stare at her, Mr. Narrator person, because you're pushing me to do something, and I don't even know why yet. And she's, like, clearly trying to mess with me, too. I don't like either of these two people.
You stare at the princess, squinting fiercely. She squints back. The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't you?
Yes.
You'll have to blink eventually. Just make a choice.
Yeah, it does. It seems like, yeah. Well, I mean, I only have two options. I was told to kill her or the world would end. I guess I'm gonna slay the princess. If it's between slaying her or dropping the blade, I guess we gotta slay her.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through.
Oh, she's about to throw hands.
A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic
My
blow
guy
to your jaw.
sucks.
It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
Finish the
You and
job.
the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either.
Yeah, whatever. You know? Give 2 lives to save the world. Although, I don't know what kind of world I live in. Maybe we're the only 2 lives in this world.
Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she
What
delivers
is
a
with
heavy
my
blow,
fingers,
as you push
brother?
through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Clearly, I'm not human with this hand and claw, you know, going on here.
Oh.
The two of you fall to the floor.
This was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
No, I feel like we're in a Groundhog Day scenario where we're going to do this forever.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Huzzah! Chapter
You're
2,
on a path in the
The
woods,
Adversary.
and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. A terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us
Gee.
have been here.
Thanks for telling me how I feel. Okay.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning.
Winning, okay.
That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill. It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. Like I said, we've just met for the first time, you and I.
Very sus.
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Okay.
We did our best with the information we were given, and we did kill her, and yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right.
Okay.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess.
Yeah, but we died.
The princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
I mean, the consequence is that we died. And potentially if we die, the day restarts, so we gotta do it over again.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
True.
Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? Ugh, enough with the talking. We've got a fight to win. Nothing else matters.
Voice of the stubborn.
I couldn't agree more. The cabin and your destined confrontation with the princess awaits.
Okay, alright, whatever. Proceed.
A warning. Before you, she will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything.
We know this.
Cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is
Am I
capable
schizophrenic?
of lying in.
I'm like talking to
It was
myself
give
from
you
different points
some
of view here.
broadly applicable advice. The princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Clear?
Crystal, let's just get on with it already.
Proceed into the cabin. I guess this time we're just gonna go straight for the kill here.
The cabin is tighter than its
It's a
exterior
different
would
knife, I think,
suggest.
right?
Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully direct you towards your destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
See? Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving.
This is different than last time. I think the knife's different. There's different sound, everything.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want.
Yeah, we need it if we want to do it right. Okay. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon.
You said that the first time.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
Do I not have a reflection in the mirror?
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago.
And now it's gone.
Okay.
So all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
I don't know. I don't know what the voices are. Either I'm schizophrenic and I have different personalities in my head, or these are different variations of me or something. I don't know.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
So there's definitely a new voice this time. The stubborn is new. That wasn't there before.
So focus up. The
Maybe
world
these
is depending
are
on you.
different voices of the different versions of the princess. There's gonna be a different version of the princess in here. The last one was like a stubborn, willful princess that fought back. Maybe she'll be different this time in here.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Or maybe we're the princess, and when we kill one of them, you know, that other one, we take their place and become an evil version of ourselves or something.
Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
Why can't we have both?
As you descend the final
shit,
step,
she's a tiefling.
the form of the princess
Or
comes
something.
into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I'd been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us.
Interesting.
And you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Okay, all right. Okay. Know what happening? Turn around and leave. I haven't decided on. You know, we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna get into it.
With a singular focus, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess.
We're just getting into it this
Here
time.
we go. Let's make this count.
Oh, we'll make it count all right.
You can feel flesh give way before a sudden impact blunts your momentum, your weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm. She grins at you from behind her guard. Pull it out. We'll try a different angle.
That's what she said.
No, we can do this. Just keep pushing.
We're not gonna win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
I mean, yeah, I feel like keeping pushing isn't gonna do anything.
You pull back on the blade's hilt, doing your best to free it from its sinewed prison. But as you tug the blade
I figured as
free,
much something
the
like this was gonna
princess
happen.
slams you
I
down
figured
onto
something
her
that was gonna happen either way, though.
It collides with your ribs, and you feel them splinter, cracking like wet wood from the impact. And you find yourself in midair,
Okay.
effortlessly tossed across the room.
Okay.
You hit the floor, your ribs complaining painfully, but you can feel the hilt in your grip. You still have your weapon. You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress.
That's
You
juicy
have little
sounds
room
there.
to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last.
This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her.
She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
Apparently.
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
How disappointing.
Apparently my guy sucks and doesn't know how to use a knife.
She squeezes, the pressure unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull and the sickening churn of what was your grey matter.
Alright, well.
Everything goes dark,
And we die.
and you die.
Okay, alright. The Eye of the Needle.
You're on a path in the wood.
If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there.
Wasn't really afraid. The issue is having a knife stuck in someone's arm and their bone and trying to just keep pushing isn't gonna do anything. You need to get the knife out and go for some like actual vital organs, my friend. It's not my fault my guy sucks with a knife and doesn't know how to stab someone.
Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive.
Voice
We
of the
died
hunted
because
this
you
time.
didn't have enough of it. So what? You'd have us cower in a corner? No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive. Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you
We can't
have
let her
any
out of there.
idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it. Game over for everyone, yourself included. Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are
Yeah.
you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning? Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on.
Sure, sure.
We've never
Whatever,
met.
narrator. I mean, yeah, clearly she's not a normal princess, you know.
Circles forever.
She's like
I
some
don't
kind of
stay
demon
still
woman.
for too long. Let's get to the cabin. See this through. It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason.
Whatever,
We
narrator.
have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust you.
Everything seems like all the answers in the cabin. Might as well shoot to the cabin. Sign up, shoot to the cabin. I'm done with this. Bye. Turn around and leave. And talk about how different this place is. What I do if I agree with the plan? What if I'd rather do something else? Just gonna proceed to the cabin. I mean, yeah.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament. No last advice for us? No words of warning? From what I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind.
True.
I don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis. Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us. Something to chase.
See, he's a hunter, so he wants to have that chase and hunt something. So of course he wants us to let it out so we can hunt it
interior
down.
of the cabin is suffocatingly tight, more of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall. A pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. See? We have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. And the only space is out there. Take it! We can try to survive without our steel claw, but you've marked us as easy prey. You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it, as if you don't see it. You do see it, right?
All I see is a mirror, brother.
All we see is a damned mirror. This really is just like last time.
Mm-hmm.
It smells of nothing, yet it's still there.
Yeah, I didn't want to take the blade this time.
You bring
We're
your
breaking
fist
it, fuck
crashing
it.
down against the door leading to the basement. It swings open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised? It was in our way, and now it's not. That's all that matters. Before you is what
Honey,
may as well
I'm
be a
home.
sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort. The air hissing up from below is warm and wet.
So it
the
seems like
breath of
every
an enemy
time
locked
this
in
gets
close
more difficult
quarters.
too.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I don't know.
Her voice,
Probably the hero,
bold
I
and
guess.
fierce
He
and
seems like the most
impatient,
normal person.
echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
Goad her. Rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
Dead certain. Everything inside of me screams for it.
We need to get closer. She needs to see us to give chase. You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But soon, there is solid ground beneath you.
Okay.
But every crack and crevice will need to be faster than her. You turn to face what lies at the end
She's
of the
turning
narrow
into more of a
tunnel.
demon every time, huh?
Princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness. Her face droops.
There you are. But this time you don't even have that little knife. Do you think this is a joke? Do you need me to break those fragile bones again to remind you how serious this is?
She's bubbling, hot with rage. We can't get close if we want to live. But we'll be able to draw her out of here. She's hungry for us.
Don't say it like that.
I know I said this earlier, but I really have to stress how thin of a razor's edge you're on right now. We know the only way out is through the eye of the needle. And we're going to win. We'll need the steel claw. Grab it as we leave. Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap. Run. Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance. As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back.
So she's not chained up this time?
Right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips in her rabid pursuit.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
Good. You reach the ledge and hoist yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same?
Steel Claw, now.
I feel like I shouldn't take the blade. I feel like this is a situation where I shouldn't fight back. Every time I fight her, she gets stronger. I'm just gonna run.
Continue towards the door, vulnerable and unarmed.
And obviously, that's what she wants. She wants me to fight her.
I can't let her leave with you. And what are you gonna do to stop that? I don't know. You try the door, and oh, what a relief.
Okay.
It's stuck.
Okay, Mr. Narrator guy.
Bash it open. Please. You can't.
I think you forgot something.
You feel the burning pain of something long and sharp driving through your back. It slices its way into your organs until finally it exits out the other side, sticking into the wood of the door with an echoing thunk. She killed us with our own weapon. Great. We needed to take it. We're not dead yet. It's not over till we can't get up again.
Coward. All of this is so wrong. This isn't how things are supposed to be. This is so cold and disappointing.
Your body pinned to the door, you crane your neck to see her final approach. She is enveloped in complete lethality, and there is nothing you can do to stop her. I really didn't want it to have to end like this, but your death in here is better than her freedom. See you all next time.
Whoa. Mm-hmm. But next time doesn't come. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know how we'd even go looking for her. Narrator's gone. I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. That thing reeks of death. Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
Now we're approaching the mirror.
Don't do this.
Ignore him. Signs just reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. The body achievement. You're alone in this place that is empty. It's quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
Oh yeah, get the fragile vessel. This is the end of the world. Let her out of there. You know the narrator. Are you with something to slay the princess? You know what this world is about. Attack the body, attack the entity.
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
What?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
Interesting. I'm a person.
A person. A set of eyes witnessing from one perspective. I think that you are more like me than you are like a person.
Okay.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. Yes, nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond, perspectives to make my own. This one remembers a spark lost in time, and she would stop at nothing to reclaim it. She would make for a burning heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally remembered what she thought she'd lost.
Interesting. Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
True. True. That is a good point. You know the narrator.
You are the only thing I have ever known.
Interesting.
The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us.
Interesting. Are you with something to slay the princess? You would trap me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
You know about the worlds beyond this place?
I know only that they are.
Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
Were you always a princess, or are you just making her part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
This is like turning into some weird, like, SCP shit. You know what I'm saying?
You are familiar, but you are not me. I feel sadness, longing, hope as I witness you.
Yeah, it does feel very kind of Hollow Knight-ish.
I'm sorry. There are some changes that can never be undone. There are some tears that can never be unshed. This is not a place that can hold a fragment of a concept. The moment she arrived here, she was going to return to me.
Interesting.
I promise that it doesn't hurt. Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
Interesting.
I have not lived. I am not afraid to die.
Yeah, but if I destroy you before you live, then you'll never have existed anyway, right? You'll never get to experience what life is.
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Right, exactly. This is actually Cthulhu in disguise here.
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow. Everything, until we meet again.
Let's let the princess stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, what will you help you? Is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold. How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated. If you need time, then I'll wait with you. You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone.
Indeed.
I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage? You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
And the game just crashed. And the game just crashed. I hope that doesn't mean I have to start over. Oh, it didn't crash? Oh, so that's what the game does. It just closes. That's kind of fucked up, man.
You have returned to me. Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side.
Okay. OBS, hello? Want to capture this? There we go. Okay, we're back. All right, yeah. Game. I don't have another choice?
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Okay, well. All right.
You're on a path in the woods. And
Yeah.
you're here to slay her.
Yeah. Nothing you skip through the scene dog by hitting the tab on your keyboard. We're just going to continue to the cabin here.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. A warning. Before she will...
yeah.
We're not going to go through with this, right?
We're going to skip the dialogue we've already heard.
The interior of the cabin is almost...
I'm just going in. I'm not grabbing the knife. I'm going to go in and talk to her.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing her voice.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind
Her
of
voice is
you only
definitely
have to
different
hear
this time
once
than it
to
was last
remember it
time.
for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Yeah, whatever,
Hi.
narrator guy.
Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Sure, why not?
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's
that would be
somewhere
a proper
upstairs.
guess.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
Yikes.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Okay, narrator guy.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Okay,
You make your way to
narrator
the
guy.
bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
They?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her
Jesus.
arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you. The clang of "it's the blade from upstairs." You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Saving her.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against
We killed her
the
before,
ragged,
we're gonna see what happens when we save her
self-inflicted
this time.
wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole
Yeah,
ordeal.
I mean, she also literally just started like biting into her own hand. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy.
No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the
You
ground.
might want to tie that off.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that.
Yeah. What is the point of you even giving me a choice if you're just gonna force me to do it anyway, narrator guy?
Watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Mm-hmm.
The blade. Move the blade.
We're resisting. Resistance is not futile.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid
And then she's gonna
hands.
kill me with it, I bet.
What are...
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Yeah.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
Have we now?
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every
Kinda brutal.
inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
Doesn't seem like it, but
She
okay.
doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab
Yeah,
wound is still a
eventually
stab
will
wound,
leak out.
and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Okay. Interesting. So it's interesting that the first time we went through this in the first chapter,
And at the end of that path, is
she
a cabin.
was like ready to fight.
And in the
And
basement
then
of that
this
cabin
time in the first
is a
chapter,
princess.
she was very sweet and innocent, you know? So it seems almost like the first time in the first chapter we fought her before and somehow regressed back to there, you know? But she was still ready to fight us. And now this time it's a clean slate. I don't know. Perhaps it was blah, blah, blah.
You're here to slay her.
Deja vu, wait, it's already happened, okay, no, but I died. What am I doing here, you bastard? You inferred now, I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you... If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he?
Voice of the
We're going
smitten.
to save our beloved. We'll have to be sneaky about it.
Our beloved?
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts
four of us,
you've
huh?
got in the works.
Hero, the smitten, the narrator. Who else?
We'll see about that. Whatever
I
you
guess
do,
the
just be
princess?
sure to ignore him specifically. Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
I'm trying to I've already done it before. Turn around and
Running
leave.
away? What are you doing? We have to save her.
Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
The only thing that matters is where I'm not going, the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Yeah.
That's
Which is
fair.
just gonna lead me to the cabin.
looks
I
like
knew
this
that was gonna
path-
happen.
Also leads to the
Narrator's gonna force it to happen.
Convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all. You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably
Everyone is
selfish,
like that,
if you
yeah.
ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. But fine. You turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Wait, something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy. What's going on? Where are we? Oh, I don't like this one bit. There's not a single damsel in sight. How dull.
How dull. Around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a texture of nothing. You find yourself in the long quiet once again, and memory returns. There's a distant rumbling and sound of many sounds, and your pulses louder as something other comes close. You don't know what dwells in the empty spaces. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You are no longer alone. Confusion, why are you here? I am unfinished. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. It's useless. Okay, we got some Borg shit going on here. Resistance is futile. I get it. Push against you will. No, you can't go back. Not there. Forget this world is broken beyond repair. We must weave something new. Wagging finger. There's only so much thread in this place. Do not waste it. I am our only salvation. Okay. Okay.
You're on a path.
Yeah, I
You're
get
here.
it. I get it.
That's the spirit.
Sure, whatever.
You make your way up a warning before you go any further. We're not going to ignore.
Proceed to the cabin. I guess we're just gonna straight up offer this
The
time.
interior of the cabin is almost entire. You take the
We're just gonna go in and do it.
The door to the basement creaks open. Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's so coldly beautiful. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Mm-hmm.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right?
Yeah. We've gone through this part before.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh,
Yeah.
This
Got
is
you this
it,
time.
isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
No.
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well.
Even the look on her face is like a face of annoyance that she has to go through this.
But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over? It's over. Don't get all worked up. We should make sure. What's the harm in checking for a pulse? I really don't think you should do that.
Yeah.
And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Yep.
Yes, exactly.
Not gonna
over.
check the body. I'm not falling for it.
With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you.
I'm sure she's still alive. She's gonna take the knife out and come up and stab me in the back.
Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in, but that day isn't today. You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
I don't think so. I don't want to be happy locked away, by myself in a cabin with a dead body.
What's done is done, and there's no going back now. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days, or months, or years, or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier. Psst. Hey, we're not just going to stay here forever, right?
I intend not to, no.
I do, but you're probably not going to like it. The blade. I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on.
Yeah, and
I'm
it's to
afraid
kill
that
us.
thing is... He's right. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you.
It's,
It
yeah,
wants this
boring isn't
wonderful
happiness.
place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare. Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good
No,
enough reward
we're
for
doing it.
saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever. For the princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
Was it?
You're on a path in the woods,
Mm-hmm.
and at the end you're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the... I can assure you that you didn't.
I can assure you
Doesn't
that you're
remember
wrong.
What happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time.
Voice
We'll
of the
just do it
cold, eh?
again. Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place. A warning before you go any further. She won't be a problem. The interior of the cabin is cold. A soft odor of dirt permeates.
I mean, it said to skip the stuff that we've already done before, so I'm just hitting tab to skip what we've already done before.
Banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge.
Yep.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to
Mirrors
do this
here again.
right.
Cabin's run down this
Feels
time.
like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Take the
You
blade.
take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the... You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't... What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror.
Same thing happened last time.
Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of... You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
Yep, same thing happened last time.
Ago, and now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it. Clearly, it's not even important
There.
enough to be
Down to the basement we go.
The door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister.
Oops. Sure. I accidentally hit right click and I guess it saved. Anyway, the door to the basement groans open, revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead.
Looks to be the case.
Just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of
we
a head
have a ghost.
appears from underneath
Princess.
the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed
Of the
by a
Wednesday
mischievous
Addams.
skeletal grin.
Of the Wednesday Addams princess coming up here.
And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head, Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
Ghost!
Ghost!
Oh. Wow.
We got the Scooby-Doo reaction here.
Absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again.
I don't think so.
If we wanted to.
She's a ghost. I mean, maybe unless we have, you know, a magical blade. Is our knife like a +1 knife? You know what I'm saying? If it's not, we're just gonna like do nothing.
Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade. It's like you're slashing at air. No matter how many times you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling with cold as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
You're adorable when you're confused. But I didn't say you could touch me.
Rip.
Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
So now to talk to you again, I wouldn't have slain you. I died too, and I'm not floating around here. What happened? Why am I different? Why are you different?
You don't look dead, Killer.
God, she's calling me killer now. You don't look dead, champ.
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm, her eyes still fixed on yours as you try to squirm out of her grip.
And you don't feel dead either.
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle painfully as the chill subsides.
I'm less interested in why you are, or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are.
Force attack, you're supposed to in the room. Like killed you last time too.
So, that's where the hostility comes from. I don't know where you got that idea.
This narrator guy keeps telling me you're gonna end the world. Are you going to end the world? Would you end it if you could? Just a question.
Well, Killer, what does it mean for something to end anyway? You ended me.
It's true.
I'm still right here in front of you.
She's not wrong.
Aren't I? You apparently ended, too. Yet here you are.
Yeah.
And you don't even look
We're in a
any
very
different.
strange Groundhog Day scenario here.
After seeing what you've seen, how can you be sure anything ends?
I see her point. Everything here is so impermanent, always shifting. The end of one thing just leads to the start of another.
Indeed. Things end, things have done. The sentence just ended.
Oh, come on. I'm floating right in front of you. Still here despite your best efforts. You can't pretend that doesn't mess with the whole concept of ending.
She's not wrong.
I already gave you my answer. All I want to do is leave. All I want to do is stop feeling trapped. I couldn't give a damn about the world. I can't even remember what it's like.
I think that's all the answer we're gonna get out of her.
Indeed. Okay, I'm out of ideas though. Slay the princess harder.
She might be making it hard for us to kill her body, but those bones look very, very real. Maybe breaking them breaks her. Or maybe burying them would put her to rest. Don't take any piece of her outside of this cabin. Maybe you should stop looking for loopholes and try harder to actually slay her. But we are trying.
Yeah. To do stop hanging the phone. Try to burn your bones outside.
Those are just bones. They aren't me. Bury them, destroy them, whatever. That dusty pile of death is just a reminder of what you've done. It's not a fix for anything.
Indeed. Mostly dead. Little Princess Bride reference there.
I want you to make things right. I want you to set me free.
This place won't let me leave, but you seem to come and go as you please. So help me out. Let me in. And maybe all of this can be water under the bridge.
Interesting.
Remember, you own me.
Maybe we should have just left her here. Maybe we should still just leave her here. If she can't get out on her own, then why do we have to do anything? Hasn't gotten out and can't get out are two very different things.
It'd be dull anyway. It's more interesting if we make a choice.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us?
That's kind of what it sounds like.
She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her.
Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him. I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so bad.
True. Not to mention, okay, so far, killing her has just trapped us in this world. Fighting her and not killing her hasn't really done anything. So, I mean, I would be inclined to let her possess me just to see what happens, you know?
You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
If I let you in, do I still get to be in control? Whatever.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
Thanks for the body, killer.
What are
Yeah,
you
you're
doing?
welcome.
Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
I mean, I don't care what you say, narrator guy. I did what you said before and you trapped me in this dimension forever. That's kind of fucked up.
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then she's gone.
Exactly,
A
Mr.
sharp
Narrator
chill
guy.
spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul.
I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of
Getting
agony
possessed
to
gets a
ripple
skill.
across your body.
It's definitely
collapse
neat,
to the
for
floor.
sure, yeah.
And everything goes dark.
Get up. You've still got a job to do.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as...
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
Indeed.
So, it doesn't work like that for you?
Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor? Are they also supposed to be you?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass. I'm
Yeah? Go on. Finish the thought. What are you?
a voice? I'm me is what I am.
Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
Do you have to deal with this annoying bickering all the time?
Yes, I do. It's quite taxing at times.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too.
I'm clearly the same thing you are.
Hopefully they'll all go away once we leave this place. I don't know how you can tolerate all of this noise.
No, I'm not talking about
Yes,
you.
the
I'm
mirror.
talking about him.
You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
More important. Okay, guy.
So you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
Tell them.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously, she's nowhere to be seen.
Because she's a part of us now, brother.
Because I'm in here with all of you.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
Oh, shut up. Stop trying to manipulate everyone.
For real.
Or don't, actually. It doesn't really matter. Because you won't be around to do this for much longer.
Tell them.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
You think straight, there's too much noise, so the print, I mean...
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
You don't know that.
I do.
Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, it's outside of the world.
Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part of the world.
We're a world.
I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end and something else begin? Does the destruction of one open a door to another? Or is it the same world reborn? Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door. For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
It's because he can't stop me. Why do you think he sent you here?
I hate to admit it, but she's not wrong. It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate. And whine. This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen.
We're leaving.
You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards, growing heavier with each step.
Finally. Finally!
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle, but you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will.
Oh, we need to take a nap first before we can leave?
Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's over. There's no use stalling. Let's see what happens next.
Open the door.
Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? The handle clicks as you twist it, and then the door groans open. You collapse to the ground, you and the princess, free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see... yes?
Nothing. He's gone. And so is everything else.
So we did slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose.
He did.
But what about us? Are we just stuck here in nowhere forever? Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world?
I mean, everything we do seems to end the world here, so...
We're still here.
Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it, or have we never been part of the world?
Alright. Let's see if I'm stuck with you forever.
Feel the lightness in your chest, spirit sunken eyes emerge from your body and stare up at you.
Guess not. All's well that ends well, right? You lived up to your end of the bargain, so I'll live up to mine. Thanks.
Don't mention it.
I think this is where I'm meant to be.
Nope. And you got sucked in again. Yoink. Didn't get a chance to respond or whatever, it's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
We're scared this is the end for you, but it's not the end for me. It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before. You always get scared.
It feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. You don't need to comfort him.
Approach the
I don't
mirror.
like that silence.
Voices feel small, distant as you approach. Gaze into the reflection. Thundered forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The bloat. You've grown. Find us in the lonely quiet once again. You're at the cabin. All right.
When I found you in the long quiet alone, I was terrified. What if you had decided to let me wither? But your commitment now is final. Your ability to walk the path of mutual annihilation is vanished with your return. If you still wish to obliterate me, it will have to wait until I am complete. Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again. Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
Interesting. This feels like a riddle. Can you give me a straight answer?
I'm sorry. Words are difficult.
Doesn't seem like it.
They never
Riddler?
fully weave what I wish to say. If you do not like my answers, then you need not ask me questions. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between.
You know, at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to kill you, right? I'll go back to this and this, blah, 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 blah. You have been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Thank you.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
You feel about these vessels I've been bringing to you? I've heard them.
The vessels are a weave of emotion at odds with themselves, but they are only perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence. Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Okay, blah, blah, blah. I go back to this invisible wall. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Interesting. So it's like we're creating a consciousness by going through these experiences over and over again until, like, a new being is created. Like, are we creating God, the universe here, by doing all of this? Do I want to attack the entity, or I kind of want to destroy my body.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
Interesting. Okay, when attacking her, I'm sure would probably do nothing the same.
If I am to be an ocean, you have given me enough to build a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. The task of finding my vessels is your burden to carry.
And like I said, it feels like we're creating some kind of consciousness. The various experiences are creating some kind of consciousness.
I will make your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Yep, everything goes dark when we die. Okay. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods.
Yep. We got it.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You take the blade from the table.
Enter the basement.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far
killer
wall
me
of the
something.
basement.
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it. Don't you dare. It's fine.
I want to see
We
what
can
happens when we
decide
drop
what
the
we
knife
want to
this
do
time.
After we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor.
Whatever, guy.
You're going to...
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
So it's interesting. She's hostile when we come down here with the blade to start. But if we come down here without the blade to start, she acts all innocent and sweet. Relationship, are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she is. I'm sure of it. Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so
It's not
dangerous?
not a bad point. All right, team. Appreciate you coming in here, man. As always, you know, thank you for the continued support. Appreciate you upgrading to a membership. Good to have you in here hanging out. You have yourself a good night. And like I said, we'll be doing some more reactions tomorrow. So if you want to come around, look forward to seeing you, man. And we'll always be in Discord. Lotus Creature said it's true. The princess is a being of perception. So maybe your intention and choices change her. Yeah, so it seems to be.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
Technically, that's true.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear. But you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like
Whatever,
I said,
narrator guy.
it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less. She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness.
Okay.
Or Her
Okay.
Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Too long. Oh, have you decided what—
You know why you're here. Oh, you have to be kidding. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the...
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement.
She's
but
gonna have the
door at
knife
top of
this
the
time, and
stairs
she's gonna
slams
kill me
shut.
when I come back
You
down,
hear
I
the
bet.
click of a lock sliding. Is someone else here? Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess.
Yeah.
You make your way back. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like.
It's
what
interesting how
happens
this
if
is
you
like
do that.
scenarios playing out similarly to before when she was acting all innocent, but she's just not all innocent. She's being very blunt this time.
Against your better judgment, you cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape as the princess approaches. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just watch me.
Yeah, we've gone through this before. Blah, 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 blah. Warn her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect.
If you take another princess, if you don't, you get the damsel. Gotcha.
Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am... The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face
It's interesting to
remains
see it play
unchanged as
out
she watches you collapse to the
in a
ground,
different way
blood
this time.
flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Until it
I
restarts.
hope it was worth it. You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
Yep.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess.
Don't forget what he did to us the last time around.
Voice of the
I wouldn't
skeptic.
trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be
So
a way
I
out
wonder
for us
if
and for the princess.
we
Just
get
have to
different
keep
voices based off of what I say at the beginning of this, as well as based off of the actions that I took in the previous
I'm
day.
inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, and as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the state. A warning. Before she will lie.
Yep.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Did you
Wink.
just say wink out loud?
No, I didn't. Wink.
Wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus.
Okay, I like the skeptic so far. I'm gonna see what happens if I go down there again without the knife.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy
Interesting.
woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation and I'm not letting...
Are you sure? What if she, I don't know, turns it against us? Which I'm bringing up in a purely hypothetical.
Purely hypothetical manner.
Yes, I'm sure.
Wink.
Turns it against you. She's a prisoner here. She'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her. Which you won't be doing because she's an existential threat to the entire world.
Okay, I'm trusting you.
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go.
Wonderful.
Okay, I guess I have to take the knife.
Sweeping the
Never
blade from
mind.
the table before proceeding to the basement.
Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it.
No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up
Interesting
at you,
that
the
she's
heavy collar
chaining
around
both
her neck
hands
clanking
and her neck
loudly
this
as she
time.
moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall?
No.
Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
Sure.
You step towards the princess.
Interesting,
but
she has a
stops you
crown this
before you
time
get too
too, and
close,
she's more
holding up
detailed.
one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease. You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I don't even know yet.
Oh, Are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
Okay. Interesting.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this.
This one's the most interesting so far. She remembers too.
As much as
The
I would
plot
like
is
to
thickening
remain
here.
in denial, it's no use.
So if we
This
let her
has
live and she kills
complicated
us,
things.
it still resets it, but she remembers. And she gets more detailed, like she's more alive, but then is also more shackled. That's kind of interesting.
It's complicated things. How exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess.
It's been
and in
like
the process, you save the entire world
5
from
or
being
6
damned
and
to
not done
oblivion.
at this point. Reverse one muting your ass every time? Well, I mean, yeah.
The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency.
A contingency for what?
For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
If you knew this could happen, why didn't you tell us? All of this is incredibly valuable
Yeah,
information. It would have changed our actions considerably.
I needed you to be in the dark for as long as I could keep you there. It's important.
Necessary, he says.
And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative.
That's pathetic.
I never said I wasn't. I get it. It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that. Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky. So don't waste that luck by messing it up again. Alright?
Moving on. Why
Interesting,
is it
too, that
important
she's
for us
just,
to be
like,
ignorant?
sitting there
How is it
staring at
ever
me, not
helpful
talking?
To be in the dark.
The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that.
I won't.
Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
True. You're about asking my intention earlier. What do you mean by that? What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again.
That
More
sucks.
of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than
Could
we
be.
are.
Could be.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
And why is that?
Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
I mean, we have a knife. We can just kill
And
ourselves.
what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I don't know. Maybe it will.
He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
But what if
I'm
he's
with
telling the
Skeptic here.
truth?
He isn't.
I am. Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad.
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping around your neck. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, The same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your
Right.
hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Excuse me?
Yes? Are we stuck here now?
Rip. Rip.
Yes.
GG.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
True.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Yep. Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
It's interesting. She kind of looks like Princess Peach here. I wonder if that was intentional. But she kind of reminds me of Princess Peach from like this view.
No. Nope.
Okay.
That's rude. You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring.
There must be something we can do to get out of here.
But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent. At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just
She's not
sitting
ending
there.
anything, and we're stuck down here with her, so she's not going to go anywhere to end anything. So the world technically would be safe. She can't leave, and we can't kill her, so...
Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around
See, that's
it.
not true, though, because we've killed her, and we've been stuck in here, and the world just kept going on, you know? So, like...
How exactly does that work?
It just does.
Whatever, narrator.
But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again.
I mean, we could just sit here and bash our head against the wall until we die.
And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there. But then they get larger and larger.
I don't like small talk, remember?
So?
Still rude. You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework. Can watch
So it's like
lichens
we're
spread along the
manifesting
seams
this to
of the
happen,
walls.
you know? The skeptic is saying that things have to change, so we're watching it change, and because we're watching it change, it's happening faster now.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement.
I like how she's
Dirt
like
seeps inside,
not
flowing
caring
across the
about any of
stone
this
floor
either.
like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass.
It's also interesting that she doesn't want to talk, because that leads me to believe that she just isn't able to talk because we don't know what she would want to say. Like, this all seems like it's going on in our mind, and the princess is like an aspect of our personality or something like that. And so, like, we don't know what the princess would want to say in this situation, so she just doesn't talk.
Until suddenly, there are no walls. And then... And...
I think he's gone.
Yeah, narrator's gone again.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
And yoink. Time to leave. Memory returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now? But it feels so bad. Like
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
At the end of the day, I'm trying to be nice. And for you, but not for me. I'll see you on the other side. Going to be okay.
okay. If you say so.
Feels too good to be true.
Approach the mirror. Gaze into the reflection. Scientists reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The decay. You've withered. Find yourself in a long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You're at the cabin. Approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same. And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
How can you stand to be a contradiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen
No,
not
I
to
don't
look
trust
at
anything.
the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
How many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me? It will, in time, but you still have a ways to go before we are done. Know that I hold no malice for you.
Her voice sounds really familiar. I'm trying to think of like what other game her voice is from.
This one is determined, but also cautious. One that would rather let the world move around her than move it herself. She will make for a patient heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be. My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done. Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. Do not worry. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets. My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now. If that remains your choice when all is said and done, then you may try. But know that I do not wish you harm, even if you attempt to destroy me. The tides do not dictate where they are pulled. A river does not dictate its outlets. My gift to you is to let you choose your path, and my task is to treasure the gifts you bring me. We will know when we near our destination.
Interesting. Alright.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Of course. Alright, I'm gonna go pee real quick. Wow, we restarted again.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Alright. And we're back at it again.
You're here to slay her.
Yep.
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything,
It seems
slaying
that
a
way.
princess
Seems
is
like there's a
better
lot of
than
different
slaying
things
a
to do here.
seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society. Unfortunately, you're the only one who can pull this off. I don't make the rules. I wish I did, but I don't. Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it. It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination. Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short a warning. She will lie. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
We don't have any other voices this time.
The interior of the blade is your implement.
Alright, we'll go with the damsel again this time.
Her voice softly carried.
Hello?
Don't let it. How many times do I have to tell you how?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay.
Yeah, we've gone through this before.
I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this.
Oops. Oh, whatever, I'll save it again.
I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end. You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Nope.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away.
We've gone through that before. If there's any key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
Yeah. Yeah,
She offers
yeah.
the suggestion with all. If we were stuck down
Been
here
through
long
this
enough,
before.
I'll attempt to make someone else.
Yep. Let me
Your
out of
shout.
here.
I'll
Try the
try the
door. Return.
You make your easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't
They
they?
There's a
did.
slight panic rising in the prince.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here.
She barely hesitates as she rips her flesh.
That's the
blade
crazy shit.
from
Where she just
upstairs.
starts like nom nom nom
You're not
munching
sure
on her
how it
arm.
made its way down. Or we could use it to. You won't like.
Save the princess. Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Again, you cut.
Cutting her out of
The
here.
blade is
I'm
sharp,
kind of. I
and
know
it
I'm
takes
skipping a little bit,
effort
but it's because
to
we've
crack
done
through the
this.
bone of her
I
arm.
want to see what happens if we save the damsel
Her limb. She
when we
didn't
come
so
down
much as
here
utter
again
a
next
snap.
time.
She didn't. She smiles. How is she still?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have. As the prince. Wait, watch me.
Yeah. Try to kill her. Warn her.
Stop that.
Some
Your body lunges forward. Stop.
She dashes back. Blah 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 blah. Why can't I resist? You're not letting me resist. Okay, I guess we gotta kill her.
There's no getting through to you right now, is there? A betrayal of will is still a betrayal. You'll regret thinking of me as a helpless damsel.
Okay.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease. You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world.
I was hoping to let her kill me again as a damsel and see what happens in day 2 of her being the damsel, but I guess it's not letting us do that again this
Can't
time.
just end like this, right? As much as I'd prefer for things to have
Because I
gone
walked
differently,
away last
I can't
time we went
deny
day
the
2 of
reality
this.
What's happened? I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods, and you're here to slay her.
Yep.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and
The
I'm not sure we can
opportunist, huh?
trust him. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show. A warning. She will lie. Don't
Yeah.
worry. You can trust us to get the job done. The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. That's because there isn't a mirror. There's the muddy shelf, the blade sitting on the muddy shelf, and the door to the basement.
It's interesting
There's
that
nothing else in here.
the narrator always tries to ignore the mirror, and of course, if we go try to look at the mirror now, it ends up disappearing.
There's definitely a mirror, but he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something, right? Oh, I'm sure we look great. If only there was some sort of reflective surface we could examine. Absolute shame there isn't anything like that around here. You do see it, right?
I don't know how to read you. I see all sorts of things.
But do you see the mirror? It's a simple yes or no question.
Help me out here, will you?
I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror.
Clearly
Why would I
mirror.
lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done.
No blade. Hope you know what you're... It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time.
Yep.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth.
That sounds terrifying.
The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs.
That doesn't sound
Calm
scary.
down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite. But you are. You're a wretched little thing.
Okay.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember
Hey,
what
I
you've
tried to
done.
save you, okay? The narrator made
She
me do
must
it.
have
It's
you
not my
confused
fault.
with someone else. She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other.
As it has.
Oh. You've already been here, haven't you?
Yeah.
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true.
Interesting.
I'm just glad we could put all this behind us.
Okay, opportunist.
Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
Yeah, so like each new iteration, the narrator is actually like a neutral
Don't
being
talk
of
to
that
her.
world or
You're just going to
something.
make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Look, another things got messy last time, and I think there's something bigger. We should team up.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up I need a way out after all. And unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it.
It's more like I offered her and she's accepted it.
Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
You came to me with empty hands last time, too. But that didn't mean you hadn't been plotting something nasty all along. What you did showed me as much.
Hey, I wanted to resist, the game would let me, okay? That's not my fault.
But we didn't plot anything. We just made an informed decision based on the information we had at the time.
It's more like the narrator made me do it.
I think you're both making perfectly valid points. Sure, we didn't plot anything, but it's easy to see how she might think we did.
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now
I mean, that just means that she could have left at any time then. She literally could, we could have walked to this cabin and she could have not been here because she could have just left. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face. She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face.
She kind of looks a little more cat-like here in this one.
She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here. Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time.
It's true.
We're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
I'm going first.
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous.
True.
I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her. No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself. But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened.
Yet.
You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you? Why did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight. Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your
That
body
was a
and hers
snap.
crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is
Yeah, our
broken.
back's broken at the moment.
One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back.
I mean, yeah, you know, it's usually not a good thing.
We were going to help her.
Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done if you considered not being like that.
It's because she's untrusting because of what happened last time.
Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralyzed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done. Why would I ever trust you? Your hands have spilled my blood. And knowing that, you should never have trusted me either. You should have known I would never walk hand in hand with a loathsome
Yeah, I
thing
mean,
like
I
you.
know you were gonna kill me, but I wanted to see what would
By very
happen.
natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move.
Not to
Better
mention the
me
fact
than
that you
you.
shouldn't even be in here anyway, because you could have gotten out of those chains at any time.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then you'd say something like, wow,
No,
that's an amazing idea that I never saw
no,
coming.
it's not what I would have said
Thanks
at
for
all.
looking out for us. And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us.
Yep.
And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first. Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start.
Oh, no,
wasn't
I
it?
know, because this is like our reality that we're creating somehow. So, like, she doesn't really exist, I think, until we actually get here and observe her.
The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up. Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here? Certainly
Great.
seems that
Another
way.
one of these scenarios.
What a way to go. But look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. World could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen? Hello? Are you still?
No, there we
He's
go.
gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
If you have the chance to spawn or whatever, it's time to leave. Memory returns.
Where does? And there's that mirror again.
Approach the mirror. This doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel.
different. Final. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
Voice feels small, distant as you approach. Silences reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. The remains you've unraveled. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it. It doesn't matter if there are. People are frail and impermanent. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Think about anything real? Do you think we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because
true.
of that,
Nothing
can't
by the very
exist.
definition is something, so therefore nothing is a paradoxical thing.
This one is hope marred by bitterness and betrayal. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous heart. Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side. No, the point of awakening is to find out.
You send me back. I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else.
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He doesn't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours. 1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
Okay. This is the last time. Is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
You're never going to find me this over. Do you really want me to bring this to you? Last page for completion, then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Okay. Okay. A righteous heart.
You're on a path in the woods.
Yep. Then the order we talk about, considered. The princess seems kind of bad, though. Can someone else do this?
Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? No, I mean, maybe some people do, like...
I've already said that one before, haven't I?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, nevertheless...
I already said that
of
one
course
before,
that's
too.
known unless... Does it? Are you on...
I've said that one before as well.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her. Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done.
Don't you have
We're
a job
all
to do?
counting on you.
Don't you have someone to kill? The name Friendly? Edgar Friendly? Don't you have someone to kill? Little Demolition Man. Great movie. Great movie if you haven't seen it. Absolutely should watch Demolition Man.
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey. Good. As long as you remain focused on your goal, it should all be smooth sailing. You make your way up the short path. A warning, she will lie.
We're not going to go through with this.
Ignore him. He doesn't.
No new voice this time.
The interior blade. You take. The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice carries.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous.
Don't let it fool you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you...
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy change.
She's so cold.
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me. I know. You brought a knife with you and everything. But you don't have to try and kill me. You could always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and give the two of us a chance to talk things out.
She makes a compelling point. What if we didn't kill her? Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. You ignore the trembling in your hands and
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking.
you step forward. Your grip on...
Oh,
We've done this before.
we're talking then? Fine. I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? So, you should just...
She's unarmed. If you
Yeah, I didn't drop the blade last time. I'm curious.
the blade tumbles out
Thank you. Maybe now we can.
against your better judgment, you will be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
So we just go into the talking here again, huh?
Do you? You're lying.
how does she know that?
Don't think that just because I'm the one in chains, it means you have a right to interrogate me.
Don't just tell her that.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster?
I don't know, when you look at me with eyes like that, I kind of do.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a
Yeah,
wall?
I've said that before.
Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous? They haven't told you anything, have they? At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods.
Yep,
or that
we've
I
heard
but
that
you don't
before.
really know me, do you? What can my word...
She's right about one thing. Her word is...
Like I said, it's all about trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust.
Oh? Have you decided what to do?
You know why you're here. You charge the princess, blade she
Yeah,
casually
we'll do the whole
sidesteps your
fight
thrust
thing again
before
here.
knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
Because I'm just going to end up having to slay her if I try to save her again. The game's going to force me to do it, so.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down. As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the...
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
And you die. The tower.
You're on a path. You're
Yep,
here.
yep.
Again? If he doesn't remember... You know I can hear you. What does it matter what he knows? There's nothing we can do to stop her. She's just going to kill us again. She is not going to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself. A warning. But she will... We might as well just pledge ourselves to her. And stop pretending we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us. Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge?
Just a smidge.
I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included. I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but if he's telling the truth, we shouldn't just hand her the world on a silver platter. Rescue her? Given the stakes of the situation, there isn't really a difference between rescuing her and pledging yourself to her. Either would be terrible.
Yeah, sure. Let's roll a 15 year old going to go and verify path, depending on what you do in stage 2.
So please try to ignore both of those knuckleheads and focus on saving the world. Let's not make this harder than it has to be. If that's what you want, I guess I... The interior of the cabin is
That is
larger
a
and more
big-ass
grandiose
door.
than its humble exterior would suggest. The only furniture of note is a massive marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small. You take the blade from the altar. It would be difficult.
Approaching the mirror never does anything here, so.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease. This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Every time
Her
you say
booming
that.
voice rolls up the stairs.
Is that a guest I hear? Don't linger on the stairs. Come down and witness me.
Witness me!
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her. Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude? Just a few minutes ago you were going on about how pointless everything was. Now you want to go down there. It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
We'll continue.
Making your way
Let's
down
see
the
what she
spiral
looks
staircase
like
is a
this
time-consuming
time.
and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess towers over
damn.
you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. You've brought that knife again, even though you know it's useless. Such charming audacity. Drop it.
As if on command, the blade slips from your grasp. It clatters uselessly to the floor.
Okay.
But we didn't drop it. We decided to grip it tighter, remember? Are you really just going to let that happen to us? I have a duty to report facts as facts, and the fact is that you dropped the blade. Of course we dropped it.
Interesting that that's broken over here this
She's
time.
so much more than us. You wouldn't understand what it feels like to be in her presence. Oh, I understand what's going on, and you'd better snap yourself out of it.
Kneel.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, are you still trying to defy me? I said kneel.
Your legs buckle, and your knees hit the floor.
That's my good little bird. Now,
Okay.
why don't you
She'd stop talking to me like this, okay?
The last time we met, you told me I was
A little too
destined to
Tommy
end
mommy
the
going
world.
on here, you know what I'm saying?
That thought wrapped itself around my heart. It has pulled at me since the moment I squeezed the life out of your broken lungs. I could feel its fundamental truth awaken me. The collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
Well, that gives away the game, doesn't it? It certainly does. And beyond that, it more than lends credence to our conversation in the woods. I don't love the thought that in some other reality you failed to destroy her, but what's done is done. I can only hope it helped you learn a valuable lesson. You are the only one who can deal with her. And if you don't, well, she's let you know what will happen, hasn't she? Then you shouldn't have trusted us with her destruction. She is inevitable.
She is inevitable.
Can't you feel it? He's being melodramatic, but he's not exactly wrong, is he? What are we supposed to do to stop her? Okay, First things first, you're going to have to stuff
Get the
those
Infinity
pessimistic
Stones,
thoughts someplace far, far away and commit yourself to what needs to be done. The stakes of the situation should be perfectly clear to everyone now. And if you're going to save the world, you have to have faith that you can pull this off. You can't win a battle that you've already lost in your mind.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart. Know the limits of your privilege, little bird. There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet. I say, perhaps you need another lesson in submitting to your betters. Pick up that needle.
Do it. It's what she wants.
No objections here. I don't know what she's planning, and I don't like that we don't know what she's planning, but we might as well pick up the blade.
She's gonna have me kill myself.
As your eye falls on the blade, you feel a weight. Some divine hand that sits unperceived by your senses, but that manages to push you towards its desires like an unseen puppeteer. You reach forward and grasp the blade.
Stand.
This one's easy. Okay, yeah. We can do that. We were probably going to stand anyway. You can feel a creaking tension between body and will as you slowly rise to your feet, like two foes forced into an unhappy truce. The princess eyes you with soft contemplation. The moment seems to last a lifetime, the silent anticipation of what's to come dragging out the long, painful
Yeah, we found
seconds.
Dami Mommy here.
But all silences are broken eventually.
To define me is to claim we stand on level ground. We do not. You are quiet shadow, while I am brilliant radiance.
Like she's going full on Galadriel cosplay here with the One Ring. She's Galadriel who's gotten the One Ring, and she's gone full evil. That's what's happening.
Take that knife in your hand and slit your throat.
What? You don't have to listen to her. You're armed. Just steel your
What,
nerves,
mate?
step forward, and end this. Oh, we'll end this all right. Your hand lifts the blade and brings it towards your throat. Okay, I apologize for the unclear language. End. Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a time, you move towards the princess.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson. Plunge that knife into your lungs.
I'm sorry. Don't. As you take another step forward, the blade digs into your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an entirely natural thing to do, while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility. Then it slides back out, the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice. Blood fills your lungs.
Now, do it again. Keep doing it until I give you permission to stop.
Those are just
For real,
words.
dude.
You don't have to listen to her.
It's what she wants.
You, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this happen. Stop him from killing
For real,
you.
dog.
I'm on it. Your other hand locks around your wrist, struggling to keep it from perforating vital
We're just
organs.
leaking here.
But the blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor to join the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you. Despite the pain, You manage to keep yourself in one piece, at least for now.
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird, thinking it can defy a god. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next. Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
You continue to approach the princess, even as the repeated gouges of your blade expose bone and muscles
dude.
the open
This is
air of the
brutal.
basement. You know, this would be a lot easier if you gave us a hand. My influence only goes so far, and I can only juggle so many things
Gonna
at
keep
once.
somewhat
Best I
stabbing
can do
myself
right now
and
is
leaking
to
everywhere, I
continue to
guess.
drive you forward. Believe me, this whole ordeal would be so much easier if I didn't have to contend with free will.
You're the one making things difficult. You're the one making us hurt. She doesn't want to hurt us. She's just doing what she has to.
Stop.
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet, your chest heaving as your blood pools in the crevices of the stone floor, the coppery taste coating your throat. The princess kneels down, lifting your chin with her finger as her face lowers to yours.
Your devotion is misplaced. You've surrendered to delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before. Perhaps, if you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death.
That's a little demeaning, isn't it?
A little bit,
Yes,
yeah.
how thoughtful of her. It's a mercy. Take it. I think he's given up whatever say he had at the start of all this.
I agree.
At least one of you is sane. She's within striking distance, and she's only negotiating now because she knows you have what it takes to put an end to her. Seize the moment before it's too late.
No.
Yes. Though your body trembles, struggling to defend itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will, you finally manage to break through, darting to her side before she can react. The wind of your freedom rushes through you, and you channel it into a decisive blow, stabbing into the soft flesh of her ankle and severing the tendons in an act of unyielding defiance. She falls to the floor, crashing unceremoniously to her knees. But you don't give her any time to recover. Your heart pounding with determination, you plunge your blade into her chest. As you find your target again and again, she laughs, crude emotion breaking through her once stony composure as your blade...
Jesus.
We can do this, can't we? You always could. The decision to give you this task was not made lightly. You're here for a reason.
It's not too late to pick up the pieces. It's not too late to toss that blade aside and beg for forgiveness.
It's too late.
Shut up.
I can't believe you would actually strike me. You
heathen! You worm! You defiler! You don't know the consequences of your arrogance!
You are no god.
Before you can strike the final blow, the princess lashes out, knocking you off your feet. There's an unsettling wet pop as your spine breaks.
Yikes.
Numbness and pain spreading through your body. As you rebound towards the ceiling in a moment of disorientated lightness, she drives her fist into your chest. Your body is crushed as she pulverizes you into the floor, the ground itself breaking from the impact. You lie there, broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you. But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds as well. She looks down upon her body in abject horror and disgust.
You made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
You're monsters and conspirators. I can't.
You're monsters and conspirators.
The princess has been nothing but cruel to you. You should feel liberated by her fall.
But I don't feel liberated. I feel empty.
Aside from the pain, I feel fine.
Yeah.
She collapses
The
to the
God
floor.
Killer
Her glassy
achievement.
eyes watch, unblinking, yet somehow still full of anguish and fear, as the two of you perish together. I suppose we were never gonna get a happy ending here, were we? Don't let those be your final thoughts. You saved the world. That's worth something, I guess. Regardless of how you feel about it, it's finally over. Thank you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The Fury? What the fuck?
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of the path... Okay, what the hell is that?
What the fuck is this, brother?
I think he's upset.
Yeah.
And what's he got to be upset about? We just killed a god.
Hey, the stubborn's back.
Exactly. You heathens destroyed the most beautiful thing that ever was, and ever will be.
Can't say I have much sympathy for you. She was bad for us and you almost got us killed. You're being too generous. He did get us killed. Alright, enough chatter. Got a thing I'm supposed to do, and if you don't mind... Okay, great, you're listening. If your thing is telling us about the princess, don't waste your breath.
Yeah.
We know all about her. It's hardly a path in the woods.
Yeah,
at
this doesn't
point,
look
is it?
like woods at all.
Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
So what if I'm speaking my mind? It's not like I've ever really gotten a say in things.
Shut up, Broken.
Crock of shit. Yeah, you stabbed us last time.
Yeah.
Repeatedly.
Yeah, Broken.
It didn't even work. It doesn't count.
It's because you're a bitch.
We died. If you didn't submit to her, for all we know, that wouldn't have happened.
It's the punishment you all deserved for not listening to me. To her.
Aside from our sulking friend, I don't think we have much to worry about. You're still the one in charge here, and I don't think that's ever going to change. Second he tries something, I'll put a stop to it.
Yeah, you tell him, stubborn. Okay. What happens next? Seems like our answer's in the cabin. Might as well see this through.
Good.
That is
We're
disgusting
all on the
noise.
same page. It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up at the cabin on the hill. You'll find the princess within. That's it? No final words of advice? I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard.
If there's still a princess at the cabin, maybe we can salvage things. Maybe if we just grovel.
I have a feeling we don't want to salvage something. I feel like we're going to find something out of Greylock or the Thing in here, and it's not going to be something pretty. I feel like we're going to want to end it.
Oh, cut it out, will you? We need to be tough right now, and you're making it so much harder than it has to be, so stop whining.
Yeah, stop being a bitch, Broken. Yo, can I get a shotgun this time instead of just a knife, brother?
The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long forgotten. There was once an elegance to its construction, carved marble columns holding a high arched roof, vaulted windows letting in the weak starlight.
I gotta remember all of them so far, but I forget the one that I liked. The wink one was probably my favorite one so far. The rest of them, I don't know.
But
I don't
that is
really
how it
have
was.
kind of
Now
a more
there is
favorites
a
one
growth
after
that
that.
has overtaken it. A viscous fluid seeps
Blink
from cracks
or,
in the stone walls, and it congeals into chaotic streaks
Broken
of
is definitely at
writhing
the bottom
nerves
of the
and
list.
wet clumps of living meat.
Probably Opportunist after him. I didn't really care for Opportunist. Opportunist was kind of a bitch too.
That's horrible. You did this.
The hero seems like that's supposed to be us. The hero's supposed to represent us.
The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal. A pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need...
Taking the blade.
Take the blade from the pedestal. It will be difficult to slay the princess. Good. Nothing feels better than gripping cold steel.
I like Stubborn too.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. Almost as if you don't see it. But you must, because it's
All we see is a damn mirror.
It's a bit grimy. Why? What cleaned the door? The mirror. What are you talking about? You're standing in front
I think
of
it's
the door.
funny too, the
Whatever
narrator never
one door
sees the
thing you
mirror.
think you're looking at, it isn't real, because if it were real, but it has to be real. It's right there.
Smash it. Smash it to pieces. It's the only thing keeping us from her.
Don't you want to know what we'll see in there? We won't be able to.
Nah, I'm with him on this one. Smash it.
Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real, so how you handle it doesn't matter. You reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the... As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping.
Why am I not surprised?
Mm-hmm.
You step forward into the darkness. The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably.
Disgusting.
To the sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic. The air is thick, its odor an oppressive violence. The metallic scent of fresh blood twisting with the nauseating embers. Her voice, a bellowing rage, roars up the stairs.
Was severing the tendons of my ascension not enough for you? Was it not enough to rend my divine heart? Come, see the horrors you've wrought upon my flesh, and feel my hands set upon your throat. See how you've soured my once divine melody.
She's so angry with us. Why? Why did you desecrate her? Why couldn't I stop you?
Because you're a bitch.
Got to stop thinking about her like that. It isn't doing anyone any good.
She's not some untouchable god. She's an abomination. And we're going to put an end to her once and for all.
Whatever she is now is our fault.
If she was going to end the world last time, if I might interject, you didn't make her into an abomination. She's always been what she is. It's why you're here.
Technically, we kind
It's
of
why
did.
your task is so important. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood.
Interesting.
deep,
She's a Titan
sickening
now.
red that
We're
drips down
literally
in
Attack
potted
on Titan.
streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This place reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bone. The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
I am the hero.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
Not a goddamn thing.
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. And then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears. It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings. She is loose, and she is coming for you.
Let her end it. It's the punishment you all deserve for what you did to her. It's the punishment I deserve for letting it happen.
Screw that. We can win. We've done it before and we'll do it again, only this time we'll make it out the other side. Hell, she's practically done most of the work for us.
You'll try. And that's what I've been so excited for. Let's hurt each other.
Interesting how she's got like heels here.
Your heart free of fear, you charge towards the princess, your eyes locked on each other, both of you prepared to lay down your very essence in one blow.
It's now or never. Let's make it a beautiful blaze of glory.
With a horrifying squelch, you are unwound. No, that's our stuff. She can't just do that. She just did. Unfortunate, I know, but reality is reality.
You should all just be grateful she's decided to keep us alive. Even in her defilement, she is merciful.
We're not out for the count just yet.
You cheater and give me background. I killed you last time. I swear on everything that I'm going to find a way to kill you again. I killed you last time because we were going to end the world. We can talk about this. We're ready to. We were all was supposed to end. The time for words. Step forward and engage your enemy.
Skin flayed and organs flapping, you charge towards the princess.
That's right. She'll never
Never give
stop
up.
us.
Never surrender.
Still, you defy your god. I've made the mistake of underestimating your resolve before. Never again.
You swing for her heart. What's left of you explodes. So that's it. It's over. Just like that.
Of course it's over. It's been over since the very first moment we laid eyes on her.
This is the final note of your discordant melody. You will not return again, because you will live in that single tone forever.
No. No. It's not over. We're a god killer. We've returned from death itself twice.
Didn't you hear her? We're not dead.
What's the difference? From many perspectives, there isn't one. But functionally, that is, from your perspective, the difference is massive. You are entirely laid bare, spread to each corner of the room. Yet you are wholly aware of the state you're in. Incapable of movement, but entirely capable of perception. In fact, perceiving your state is the only thing you can currently do. You are preserved, perfectly, in the amber of her torment.
We're more than this. We've lost bodies before. We just have to lose this one and make another.
Yes. Are we supposed to lose this one? Gonna get worse. Shut it.
Absolutely not. I refuse to let you just decide to die with your task unfinished. If you die here, the world is doomed.
No, it doesn't. It starts over. Groundhog Day.
Your Honor, where the hell are you? Are you already at the Princess? This place is different. Rotten. Death all around us. I want to go back.
Voice of the Hunted.
So you've returned already, and I remain here. Is this our final destination?
The Princess tilts her head to look at you, and with a gesture, you are unwound. Again? Already?
Clearly, I left you with too much room last time. Perhaps this cell will hold you better.
You know what to do. Again.
We're going into Dark Souls here, brother. We're just gonna keep dying until eventually we beat her.
Your Honor, she's gorgeous.
A voice of the smitten.
Absolutely divine.
You, guy who describes things. You better start saying what
Guy
you
who
do this
describes
time.
things.
And what are you doing?
Attacking her, obviously.
Right. You charge towards the Princess and...
There is no spark in you, only matter devoid of life.
you explode.
Again.
You're on a path. We are not on a fucking path.
Voice
I
of
have
the
no
cheated.
idea where we are.
We're in the middle of a fight, so act like it.
So you are. Okay, you dive towards the princess and we're unwound? Yes. Her head swivels creakily on her neck, fire in her eyes as your body unravels with blinding pain.
No.
Again.
Your Honor,
No time. You narrate now.
yes, of course. Pristine blade grasped firmly in your hands, you fly towards the princess before she can turn to face you. We might actually do it this time.
I can feel that body of yours slicing through the air. How many more times will I have to scatter you?
As she turns towards you, the very essence of your being begins to flake away. Your muscles, then organs, then nerves laid bare and screaming as the rest of you is stripped of substance.
Oh, boo-hoo. It's just a body.
Indeed.
It just needs to last long enough to sink this blade into her heart.
It doesn't last. You are disintegrated. Everything goes dark.
But there is no you to die.
How many times do I need to pulverize you before you finally understand? You are nothing. An empty void that dared to dream it was alive.
That feels right.
If we're nothing, then why are we still here?
Because we always have been.
And always
If
will
we're
be.
nothing, then how can we do anything? The same way we always have. Being nothing has never stopped us. Now end this. End her.
You cannot win if you cannot be!
Force races toward the princess, exposed heart, threads of texture pulled from an all-encompassing nothing.
How? I've scattered the atoms you clung to and there is nothing there to find. You can't exist!
The threads pierce her heart and cradle her spirit.
It's over.
Oh, I think I understand you now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do the things I did to you. I don't think I knew what I was doing.
She sounds genuine. They always do in the end.
It's cold, but I'm going to be okay, right?
Yoink! Quantum break achievement, whatever that is. What did that say? It said something. Find the means to triumph over an angel. Over an angel scorned. Okay. Do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
Where does she go? And there's that mirror again.
You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different.
So that last time.
We just need to find the princess. Ignore the cowards. You have to look.
Voice feels small, distant as you approach. Silences reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. God damn. That isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze, and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection.
I think you know what I am.
Crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. And then another crack forms, and another, okay. Sure, the narrator, I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help, after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far. I haven't, and that's by both necessity and design.
So that's why you could never see the mirror, because he's always the mirror.
This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore. Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
It's interesting, though, that he has the same, I mean, could just be from the game creator, you know? But it's interesting that he has the same voice as all the other voices in my mind.
We've already crossed the point of no return. There's no saving me now. Not that there's ever been much of me to save.
Right.
You were either going to have seen all this, or you weren't going to have seen all this. This is worse, but you still have an opportunity to save the world. You can still slay her. She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. Like I said, this isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone. You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
What? If I'm a god that he made, then what is he?
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying. Yes, you will, but it will all be worth it. Light, burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life, forever. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
Death Yarther run out of questions?
Are you lying? I can't tell. But I've said my piece.
I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, honestly.
It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
To be honest, if she really is death, I'm leaning more towards letting her live. Final fragment of glass shatters. You see yourself with a newfound clarity. The error is right. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent god. And it's finally time for you to wake up. All this is you. When you arrive at the heart of things, there's no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. That is some creepy shit.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am. Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation? If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. What is a person? Is it their body? Is it all of their body? Pluck the eyes, peel the skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones. When it is all gone, do you still have who you started with? A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that feel it.
You speak of me as if I am a ghost, but I am right in front of you.
A trick behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move, and yet we both don't, for each of us watches the other instead of ourselves. But forever is not forever. I move and you react, and both of us break the other. But broken is only a moment in time. To change is to hold the potential to rise above. Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow?
Have you? Or is what you think of as independence merely an illusion? Without me, you can have no contrast. And without contrast, you have no shape.
That cold fire has left your eyes. Are you finally willing to listen? To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you.
By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. Bound for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence, and it was through that need that you carved our freedom. Without impermanence, the suffering of living things is infinite. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark? Time you spent away from me is still time spent in reference to me. Even then, both of us are more than our bodies. Am I not in the trees? Am I not in the cabin? Am I not in you?
A shiver passes through you as unseen fingers dance across your skin. They remember the violence you inflicted on them, and yet they don't return it. I offer you.
I was inclined to let her live at the beginning of this. I'm now more inclined to kill her through this part.
You felt the pain you caused another, and you were willing to sacrifice everything you thought was you to set me free. Without sin, there is no redemption.
You place far too much trust into the ravings of a fearful and ignorant soul who overstepped his bounds. I crush you, I bleed you, I grind you to paste. My scars are a memory of what you used to be to me. I want those feelings back. You run, but you don't run far. I crush you because I have to. Because there is no honesty and mercy. Who lost and who won when you entered my cave? You died on the floor, but my soul wept in ways your body couldn't. But in the disappointment of my victory, you gave me a new challenge to face within myself. Without obstacles to overcome, we stagnate into nothing. To lose me is to remain the same. What meaning can be taken from a single moment frozen in time? All conflict is violence. But to remove conflict itself is to remove the textures that define us.
This class shooting abates Princess withdraws trembling.
You are unmovable. Is it by the design of our conflict that I cannot win? Or are you just that fervent in how you cling to delusion? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together. What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone. It's good to be here. Seems like you've been doing all right on your own, but she's too many things at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get past all that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready? Then let's go.
Do it.
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated. Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he? That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
Sitting and talking with her lets her get the upper hand, and then I can't kill her. But then the time that I actually killed her, I was stuck here in nothingness by myself. I don't know what the fuck to do. Fuck it, I'm just gonna slay her.
So this is it then. Let's see this through.
So, that's how it is. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
You blink and the princess is gone. All you have left of her is a small, melancholic weight that sits in the borders of your heart. Whatever action brought you to the princess to being was... Whatever action brought you and the princess into being, rough and jagged, and left each of you with a piece of the other. By destroying her once for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself. Where the world hasn't ended, things continue on.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back. Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
And leave the cabin itself.
Here.
Path in the woods outside are an empty canvas, but there is even more to see beyond this place. The fruits of your labor are a world free from death. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension on a finite plane. You feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. Push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Once the annealing tension gives away. And then the shattering. You are free, and before you know lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has stained your hands countless times over. There will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
I knew we'd finally see it through. All it takes to be a winner is grit and determination. This is nice. No more hunting. No more running. Just us. And whatever's out there. Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
That wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself.
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order.
He's not wrong.
Well then, I guess the only thing left to do is figure out what happens
Create
next.
reality. A new and unending dawn. Alright, there we go. Slay the princess. I gotta look up her name because I know her voice sounds familiar. I gotta see what she's in. Seeing if there's anything else there at the end. Finish the game, the good ending. What? What did that say? Finish the game, the good ending doesn't count. Was that supposed to be the good ending, or does that mean I got the bad ending? Now that you finished the story for the first time, you've also unlocked the gallery. You can access from the menu under the memories tab. Its full clues will help you find and discover vessels and interactions. Happy hunting. Okay. We'll return to main menu for now. Interesting. Pretty good game, honestly. This isn't the typical kind of game that I usually play, but I enjoyed playing that. I especially enjoyed, honestly, the whole last segment where she was a goddess and then we killed her and then she turned into a scorn angel, and that whole part was pretty fucking cool. From that point on all the way through was pretty dope. Obviously there's still more interactions and vessels to go through and find, and there's lots of different choices and things that you can go through. I was kind of disappointed. I mean, I'll probably play through this again at some point and try to find out some other decisions. Because like I wanted to see what would happen with the damsel after day 2, you know, if we had gone in there, because I decided to leave. I also would be curious to find out what happened. You know, the first interaction we had where we hesitated but killed her, and then she turned into kind of like a demon thing and kicked the shit out of us. And then the third day, I kind of like gave up instead of giving her a challenge. I'm curious to know what would have happened if we continued that through more. But interesting. And I mean, the end obviously goes into a lot of different themes of a lot of different things, you know. What is the meaning of life without death? You know, death actually gives life meaning. Because, you know, if you can live forever, then what's the point of life, kind of a thing, you know? And, you know, in death, do you really die? You know, nothing. And in it, nothingness can't be nothing because nothing is actually something. So it's like a paradoxical kind of statement and idea, because you can't have absolute nothingness, you know? Kind of a thing. So it got into some interesting themes and stuff like that is stuff I'm always kind of interested in. But yeah, cool game. definitely a good one. I appreciate you getting this for me, Kelshman, and yeah, playing through it. Like I said, I'm sure I'll probably play through it again at some point and see what other kind of vessels and endings we can get. The good ending is if you let the narrator trap you in the cabin. It's a joke ending. Gotcha. That's really fun game. The voices are really good on here. There are a few favorites of mine. Smitten and Contrarian and the Skeptic, the Paranoid. Yeah, some of those I didn't get to hear, obviously. I think my favorite has to be either the Contrarian or the Paranoid. They both are hilarious. One's Path with the Smitten is really cool too. It's another one, rare stage 4 ending. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely have to play through this again some more and see what some of the different vessels are and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, it felt kind of, I mean, obviously the game is kind of repetitive, right? That's kind of the point of the game is to repeat the situation and explore different choices and see how that affects the overall reality and ending. But it felt kind of slow until really that last one. The last one we had with the Broken, where she was basically a goddess and then defying her and killing her and then her turning into like, you know, a demon and then just, you know, using our will to never give up to eventually kill her as the last vessel that led into the end. I don't know. That was pretty dope. That was a pretty sick way of going through it and how it ended. I'm curious to also know if that could have been something that happened earlier, right? If that was, because like I don't know, it feels better having an ending with that vessel, because like again, we slayed a god and then it turned her into a demon, and we had to then like defy her constantly. And so like having that be like the last vessel that we slayed to get to the end, I don't know, just made it that much more sweet, I guess, you know? It probably wouldn't have felt as good or interesting if that wasn't the last vessel, right? So, I don't know. It was just really cool how that ended that way. Yeah, unfortunately, we got all the vanilla paths first. The last one has to be from the pristine cut. Gotcha. I don't know. I don't really know how I felt about the narrator. It feels like there's more to explore with the narrator, right? The idea that the narrator is just some kind of construct that created you to destroy death. It's interesting, but it's like, why? It feels like there's more story there. You know, what happened to the narrator to like make him, you know, do this, and how did the narrator create us as a god? You know, like, was the narrator the god of a previous reality? Is there another reality? Did the princess actually end the world at some point that he was from, and like in his last ditch effort to keep reality from being completely destroyed, he was able to create us as the antithesis of her to kill her? You know, there's just a lot more questions. There are a few of those questions that say more about the plot. Yeah, it definitely feels like at the end there, when you are asking him questions, that there are definitely certain ones that you kind of want to know to ask to get the story. And obviously it's like made that way for you to play through the game a few times and see all the different narratives and get more answers. So yeah, and I'll have to do that then, you know, when I play through it again. Certain paths where things get wild, so you let some dialogue slip that reveals more. Gotcha. It's interesting how each arrangement of vessels can tell a different story. Yeah. Yeah. As far as the princess goes, I mean, it's interesting that, you know, I don't think I want to say it, right? Like, it's kind of a strange concept, right? Like, the narrator is trying to keep the princess from attaining its final form as death, right? So that's why, so I assume that means the narrator is the original person that locked her in there to keep her from, you know, realizing the various concepts that become the vessels so that she can achieve her, you know, true death form, I guess, if you want to call it that. So then that's why then the narrator created us. But it's interesting that, you know, we are the ones, it's almost like in Ghostbusters, the first Ghostbusters movie, you know, choose the form of your destroyer. That's basically kind of what we're doing, right? Our interactions with her are what create the vessels that eventually form her into what she ends up attaining in her final form. And then, you know, we have the choice of killing her, not killing her, I guess potentially even like living with her for eternity in that existence, you know? So I mean, yeah, it's an interesting concept, but it's also kind of interesting that, right, like, yeah, what if we just decide to never go to the cabin and we just continuously leave? You know, we just kind of stay in that stalemate forever of not allowing her to achieve her final form, so to speak. But then we also never awaken in godhood, so then reality can't be reborn. You know what I mean? Certain paths to get things, I mean, start off there. In mind to start off very adversarial, by the end my character had felt that the princess and I were both trapped here, and I went to sit with her. But I can see by the end you decided she was full of shit. Do you feel like princess you see in the cabin at the end is different than the shifting mound based on the dialogue? Yeah. You see if you sit and talk with her? Well, yeah, because I mean, like, again, it feels like there's different versions of her with different experiences based on what we do to her or don't do to her that then combine together into one creature. So, like, even in her final form, she's not like the real original princess. She becomes something else. You know? So, but it's interesting. It's interesting, the themes that the game gets into, and it's an interesting story. And like I said, I'll have to play through it again sometime and see what other vessels and stories we get. But I like how this one ended for me. I really liked that whole final segment of, you know, dealing with her as a god and then as like a demon, and, you know, that leading up to the final confrontation. So capturing the one in the cabin again, the same prisoner princess from the first loop. Right. Just one perspective of many. Yeah. So, but cool game. I appreciate you. Like I said, man, getting it for me. It was fun to play through it. So, yeah. But I guess that's gonna do it for this year's stream. You know, we've been going for about 4 hours. It's a good stream. It's almost 9 o'clock. So, you know, we'll call it a night there. Tomorrow we'll probably get on, do some more reactions, and get some more videos up and done. And yeah, at some point in time we'll finish up Red Tape and we'll go from there, and eventually we'll start doing the Primarchs again. So, but yeah, take it easy, man. Appreciate you. If you guys enjoy this, you know, I'm gonna put this playthrough up on the channel. So yeah, if you guys enjoy this, you know, consider leaving a like and a sub. It helps me in the channel grow. Hope you enjoyed the playthrough, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Hope you all have yourselves a wonderful night.